Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. And ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Speaking of which, I got to go see Crystal Poche. Went to Top Golf yesterday. Had a good day. So I had a good day yesterday. We watched Olivia and Sophia yesterday, our nieces. Jennifer and Erica's sister Jennifer and Jeff. They went, spent the day with some friends, a boat, something like that. So like an adult day. So we had the girls with us all day yesterday. So excuse me. Went and played Top Golf. So that was fun. Did a little Top Golf. And it was a bajillion degrees. So then swam after that. Had a good day. Really good day yesterday. So, looking forward to a good Sunday. I'm gonna go to church here in a little bit, and gonna do dinner with some friends tonight. Hope a lot of you. We're off Tuesday. Working tomorrow. AFR tomorrow, Monday, but off Tuesday. Probably should have taken Monday off too. Probably should. But we just launched in Lafayette and Lake Charles, and I don't want to start for a week and then have 2 days off. So rather be on and keep that train rolling. So anyway, we'll say good mornings here. You'll see I have there in the description that Wes Johnson is taking an LSU staff member with him to Georgia. So Josh Simpson has been LSU's director of baseball operations. So Wes is taking Josh with him to be his recruiting coordinator. Josh Simpson had been a scout in the Rangers organization, the Texas Rangers organization. So I love that idea, by the way, by Jay Johnson hiring scouts. Uh, every big league scout, keep in mind, and a lot of them are like regional scouts, right? So maybe I think every team has a scout assigned to a certain area of the country. So, but every scout is very, very familiar with every high school prospect. Not every high school player, but every high school prospect, right? So essentially, as a scout, you are a talent evaluator. So that's an incredible asset to a recruiting staff when you have someone in that director of operations role that that's been a scout, which is basically a professional talent evaluator. Go find the best talent, know where they are, know what showcases to go to. You kind of develop those relationships. I mean, that is a great resource. So no real surprise that Wes is taking Josh Simpson with him, but I will be interested to see who Jay hires to replace Josh Simpson as director of operations. So I would assume he'd go right back into that scout pool. And I have some ideas. I have some ideas. Probably names I'd rather not say until I get it confirmed from somebody. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be very interesting to see what direction Jay goes with that role. don't underestimate the importance of that director of operations role, especially if Jay's hiring a scout. So anyway, okay. Let's say some good mornings here. See what y'all got on this Sunday. Kelly Gross, good morning. Bob Poole, Dale Broussard, we miss Crystal. I need to go. Yeah, I need to go see Crystal. I got to go see her this week. Jeff McKithen and Dale Broussard, did Yeski commit to the A&M job before Jay Johnson took the LSU job? Not that I'm aware of, Dale. I mean, I can go back and look at that timeline, but let's just say that maybe there were, I don't know. You know what? I want to hear it from Jay. I'll get Jay. I'm going to try to get Jay on tomorrow. I'll try to get Jay on AFR tomorrow. I know it's Monday and a lot of them may have the day off, but I want to talk to him anyway. And I haven't talked to him since they won. I hadn't talked to him since they left for Omaha. So I would like to have Jay on the show. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Bob Poole, 63 days, 8 hours, 34 minutes to kick off. Samuel Merrifield, Mac, could you please explain your recent rant on NIL? You were very emphatic. What needs to be explained? Yeah, I know they clipped that and put it on all our social channels. But my point is, I mean, for those that didn't hear it, I mean, it's just I've been very emphatic that I am very, very pro NIL because NIL benefits student athletes, and the genesis of that little rant that I went on, or that little clip that you saw, it was after Brian Kelly came back from. So Brian Kelly, Nick Saban, several other coaches went up to D.C. to go lobby for NIL reform, basically for Congress to get involved with NIL legislation. And so I did a Google search there on air, and I was like, NIL issues. I forgot what word that I used, but what comes up is like, Nick Saban says we need to fix NIL. Brian Kelly, fix NIL. Lane Kiffin, fix NIL. Mike Krzyzewski, fix NIL. It's all coaches. Coach. So you know who you never hear complaining about NIL? Players. Why? Because they're the ones making the money. The only people that complain about NIL are coaches. The only people that complain about NIL are millionaire coaches that are now inconvenienced because it's harder to recruit and maintain a roster because of NIL. And I think what's going to happen is you have a lot of old dinosaur coaches that aren't going to like this transition period in college athletics of NIL, and they're going to retire. They're going to leave. And you'll have a younger wave of coaches that are going to be just fine with this because they're going to come up with the NIL game and evolve through it. So again, like, please find me where anytime you've ever seen an athlete say, I hate NIL. Please find that for me. Find me any example of a student athlete saying, we don't like NIL. It's all coaches. And I don't care if coaches don't like NIL. I mean, Brian Kelly's making $10 million a year. I don't care that he doesn't like NIL. I don't care that he's been inconvenienced and it's been harder for him to recruit and maintain a roster. Sorry. Figure it out. Or not, someone else will do your job. Brad David, good morning. Damien Gilmore, Devin Johnson, good morning from Sulphur. How's Drew doing? Good, man. I think he's just rolling around in bed right now. Randall Alfrecht, good morning. Wendell Norman, Roy Kent, Stoned Musso. Happy Sunday, Sconies. I hope everyone is great. See, it feels great to be a Natty champ. Yes, it does. Brad David, what are all your thoughts on the layoffs of the ESPN? I mean, obviously you feel bad for everybody who loses their job, especially when it's not performance related. When the company is just going through layoffs. It's just a reminder of state of media presently. I mean, it is you know, we are living through the single greatest evolution of media. Um, you know, when, we saw, in the world, obviously the advent of the radio, and then from radio to television, and television to sort of to this internet. But radio didn't cease being relevant when TV came along, right? Um, TV didn't cease being relevant, whenever the internet became sort of public. Um, but what's incredible is the internet has leveled the playing field. The barrier to entry is now zero. Anybody that wants to put out content can, and you have people that win. Not everybody's going to. The overwhelming majority will not win, meaning they won't consistently and patiently produce content at scale. To make a career out of it or whatever they want, but you will have your examples of Pat McAfee, that's an extreme example, right? But still, a guy that decided, yeah, I'm gonna do this myself, and has done it really well. And you have it on smaller levels as well, guys that do podcasts or YouTube streams, or have their own channel, YouTube channel, whatever, that make a lot of money doing it. Good for them. Roy, I was wondering when somebody was going to say it. Roy Kent, looking at your shirt, Matt. I'm at 38, and when I got here, all I could think of is Ryan's letter. My family has a house here. JDN44, good morning, Matt. Watch this heat. Yeah, man. Crazy out there. Y'all be safe. Make sure you stay hydrated. Migo Tez, good morning. Any rumblings of transfers? Also, what's Johnson's ceiling at Georgia? Obviously, Georgia's full of talent. A lot of prospects across all sports leave the state. Well, a lot of prospects leave the state, to Migo Tez, because they can't all go to Georgia. That's similar in Louisiana. Just think about the guys. How about this? Just in football, think about the guys in the last year, since Brian Kelly's been here, that had left the state that he recruited back. Just think about that first class. Greg Brooks, Joe Fouché, Jark Bernard Converse. Think about all the guys that weren't recruited by LSU. So it's the same. When you're a state that produces a lot of talent, you're not going to have a spot for everybody. So that's natural. That happens. What's Johnson ceiling at Georgia? Georgia can win a national championship. Absolutely they can. They did it before. Georgia was actually the first SEC baseball program to win a national championship. Won it in 1990. And then Dave Perno had him in the championship back in 2008, and against Fresno, won the first game of the championship series and lost the next two, and they never got up off the mat after that. Remember, that's that Georgia team that had Gordon Beckham on it. Really good team. But, they can absolutely win the national championship at Georgia. Shannon O'Mac, good morning. We're officially in the worst time for sports. College baseball is done. Got to wait 6 weeks to Saints preseason. Time to catch up on some honeydews. Shannon O'Mac. So, I say this very candidly every year. As long as LSU baseball, if LSU baseball gets us to the end of June, we're basically home free, because this week is 4th of July. So a lot of people take their eye off the ball anyway on 4th of July. Most people have a day or two off. They go on vacations, yada, yada. Then you have next week, which really the only live sports next week is Major League Baseball. And then, brother, the week after that, like 2 weeks from today, we're leaving for Nashville for SEC football media days. So you'll have a full week of SEC football talk, and then after SEC media days, it's ACC. It's all the talking season. And by the way, you had SEC media days. We leave 2 weeks from today. The week after media days is when the Saints report for camp. So, and then you're a week after that out from the Hall of Fame game. So it's really here. It's this week, 4th of July, people are going to relax a little. Next week, might be lean on sports news. the following week, we're at SC Media Days. It's on. It has started. So I'm excited, man. Randall, let's see, Matt, who do you think of Texas and Oklahoma will win the SEC first? I say Oklahoma. You mean in football or in any sport? I don't know. I actually think Texas is set up better. Oklahoma has obviously had a longer string of success than Texas, but boy, Brent Venables inheriting that program year one and falling on his face, no bueno. Larry Garner, Dalton Barnett, good morning. If John is available by fall camp, John Emery, okay. Can we expect running back by committee? John has the talent, lacks the starter consistency on the field. Yeah, I think you're going to see a committee approach. And I'm going to say this again. Logan Diggs, the Notre Dame transfer, is your best running back on the roster. He is the most complete back on LSU's roster. Weston Weaver, what's going on? Let's see, Matt, what do you think about college football life going to 12 games? 12 teams. Love it. I wish they would have gone to 16. But yes, give me more. Give me an expanded playoff. Give me the opportunity to improve throughout the course of the season. Give me a playoff that's not going to be watered down because a bunch of people in a conference room in a hotel in suburban Dallas decided that game control and things of that nature matter more, which is why they put Team A instead of Team B. So yes, like I don't know how I genuinely don't understand how anyone can argue that you don't want games played on a field to determine a champion. It is counterintuitive. How can you possibly say you'd rather have people in a hotel ballroom in Dallas decide a champion for college football based on mountains of data instead of playing games? How does that make any sense at all? And I know what you're going to say, oh, it's going to ruin the sacred regular season, which is such bullcrap. Do you think LSU is going to care less about the Alabama game or less about playing Texas A&M when they come to Tiger Stadium if they've got 2 losses or 3 losses and they're not in the playoff? If anything, I'd say it gives you more of an incentive because even if you have 2 losses, then you've still got an opportunity to get in the playoff. If you can get hot. Teams are allowed to. The example I give all the time is 2001 LSU. 2001 LSU ends up winning the SEC championship, beating number 2 Tennessee. Nobody wanted to play that team by the end of the year. Nobody wanted to play that team by the end of the year. I'm not saying they would have beaten that 0-1 Miami team, but nobody wanted to play LSU by the end of that season. They'd been, because they got better throughout the year. Teams are allowed to improve. Hi, Hirsch. Oh, Hirsch is going back to her family's house today. Huh, you're going to see your mommy today. And your daddy. And Reese and Eli. Oh, okay. Well, see you later then, Hirsch. Let's see. Jeffrey Giordano, Angels not win MLB. Jason Brown, good morning. Austin Kidder, good morning. What do young guys like Paxton Kling need to do over the offseason to hit SC pitching next season? Reps. Paxton Kling will be fine. Just reps. Justin Marquez, good morning. Coach Dion loves NIL. Coach Prime said he likes NIL. He does not like collectives. Hi. Hey, babe. Erica? Jeremy Fontana, what's going on? Stoned Musso, do you know what cigars the boys are smoking? Need to get some. I do not know. I guess you mean the LSU players. I do not know. Sir Cajun Carter, good morning. Antron Hemingway, morning, Matt. Thanks for streaming today. Happy holidays to you and the family. Remember the Tigers. Yes, sir. Hey, Erica. I don't think his backpack was done. I think he probably just kinked it. Educator. How do you think Feinbaum survives with a call-in format? It makes no sense. With a call-in format. So the reason primarily is because when they launched the SEC network, remember, you have to fill 24 hours of programming a day. Not easy. Sounds easy, not easy. And Feinbaum does a 4-hour daily show. So he fills 20 hours of programming a week. Just Feinbaum fills. Uh-oh. Drew's taking a poop in his diaper. You gotta get that kid potty trained. Anyway. Yeah, you can always tell when they're going. The squat's down. It's like kind of hunched over and kind of starts doing this little walk. It's like, yeah, I know something's moving down there. No, y'all didn't need to hear that. Sorry. Aaron Hornsby, what's going on? Dave Endur, Hunter Fournette. Don't sleep on Caleb Jackson. Kid's going to be next rate Louisiana back. Hope so. That'd be great. I know that the freshman coming in, Jackson is kind of a one cut and go type guy. And Trey Holly, he's got some speed, maybe not the most versatile back. It doesn't mean they can't continue to improve and grow and get better, but I don't think either of those guys is ready to step on campus as a freshman and be a double-digit carry per game guy. That's kind of the point. Brett, good morning, Matt. Me and some friends were talking about how MLB should schedule and market the All-Star Game Home Run Derby on the 4th holiday. Seems like it'd be super successful. Any thoughts? Yeah, Brett, not a bad idea. I don't know why they don't. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasoning why they do the All-Star Game when they do it, how they split their calendar. So, not a bad idea. Travis Michel, good morning from Pearland. Okay. Murder Giraffe, what's going on? Losing one game shouldn't ruin your season. Correct. James Charles, good morning. Currently, LSU baseball is ranked 12th in recruiting. Will they get enough quality players to get in the top 5? I'll say yes. Because generally speaking, that's especially with no. So I think, a couple of things. I think you have to, whoops, that's not what I wanted. I think you have to consider blended rankings of both high school and transfer portal. And then the other thing that I would tell you that's worth considering also is the fact that you're not hard capped anymore at 25. When you used to be able to sign 25 and everybody signed 25 players, you could gauge better who had the highest rated of the 25. Now that you can sign over 25 and sign as many as you want, I think that number will tie. So LSU signed 25 players last year and finished with the number 5 class in the 23 class. Let's see, 22. That was Kelly's first class, but it was kind of like an abbreviated sign class, and he finished 12th, which isn't bad for a guy. You take over the middle of the recruiting process. Let's see. Tom Granning, Deborah Coward, Aaron Hornsby, Michael Cook, Brian Jones, Craig Duca, 38 years old. Ali Samanduri, good morning. Craig said, Matt, I'm sure you've talked about it before, but the CWS format doesn't seem a bit excessive. Could certain aspects, rest periods, be tweaked for overall health and safety for teams? I'm not sure what you'd like to see happen, Craig. So, the format they have presently is what they did for years when they had a championship game. And then when they went to championship series, they built in 2 more rest days. And so it would start on Saturday and go through potentially the following Wednesday, right? So you'd go Saturday through I guess Thursday or Friday, and then you would have the championship series begin Monday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But the big difference now, obviously, is the championship series is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so they just eliminated 2 rest days, which has just made it more. It's more fan friendly now because you have games every day, except for the Friday before the championship series, which everybody has the day off Friday. But other than that, you have baseball every day from Saturday through, now Monday. And it's better for the fans who are attending. It's a better TV product that way. And it gives you there was a greater emphasis and importance put on winning your first 2 games to move through the winner's bracket. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Brett, morning, Matt. Just read that one. Brennan Huff, 4th of July fireworks, overrated or underrated? I'm going to go overrated. Expensive, dangerous, not really worth it, but whatever. Austin Kidder, Hershey broke Matt down, made him a snuggler. No, I love dogs. I've always been a dog, so I love dogs. I'll snuggle with dogs. Just not gonna get a dog. Let's see, Toki Doki. Matt, can I ask about the nice shirt? Yeah, 30A. 30A is area. It's a state road or a county highway in Florida, beachfront, and where a lot of people go for vacation. So we were there. Got the shirt almost really as a joke. This is the shirt that I gave to Terrio during AFR a few weeks back that he put on during the show. But he didn't want the shirt, and it's an XL anyway, so I kept it. Strong side, morning, Scone. What's up with Judge? I need him back in my fantasy baseball lineup. Yeah, he's got a torn ligament in his toe, and I don't know when he's going to be back, and Yankees stink. Dave Ender, if you watch Feinbaum for 4 hours, you need a steady supply of alcohol. Yeah, I don't think I'm not saying like there's a number of people that sit there and watch it for 4 hours, but he eats up 4 hours of programming a day, which makes him valuable. Cajun Merc. Let's see. Yeah, Feinbaum show is terrible, then please don't watch it. Instead, watch or listen to After Further Review with Matt Moscona weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Central. Who sets all the college sports, sets schedules? NFL also can't understand why Georgia has it so easy this year. Well, the leagues set their conference schedule. The conferences set their schedules. And then the schools schedule their non-conference games. See, Shannon Mac, this coming football season, one of my buddies and I are thinking of driving from NOLA to BR to catch you and T at Whiskey and Wine. How long do y'all take to set up so we can say hello before start? So usually T-Bob watches the whole game there. I will show up at halftime because someone has to keep the show on the rails. So I usually watch the first half at home. So you'll see I chart and take notes during the game. And then at halftime, I leave my house and get there to watch the second half because I can't, I wouldn't be able to leave my home at the end of the game and get to Don Juan we start as soon as the game ends. So, I mean, if you're there for the game, I mean, we hang out during the game. I mean, T's there the whole game. I'm there for the second half, and then we do the show, and then people always usually hang out a bit after. Probably recommend picking a day game. We know Mississippi State's 11 a.m. So, when the game ends around 2:30, we'll do the show 3:30 to 4, or I'm sorry, from 2:30 to 4, ish, and then it's still daylight, so we can hang out. The tricky part is Don Juan closes at midnight, so there is a late game, like when it's a 7 o'clock game, if the game ends at 10:30 and we do the show from 10:30 to 12 and we finish the show, it's closing time, so it's like everybody get out, So pick an 11 a.m. or a 2:30 game. But it's a good time, man. We have a really good time. Russell Doloff, Matt from Shreveport. My sister went to the Natty. Said LSU fans did affect Florida players. Go Tigers, 63 days to kickoff. Cortland, LSU fans did seem to affect Florida on Sunday when they beat LSU 24-4. Cortland, my thought would be start the CWS Thursday, have rest days Thursday, Friday, start the championship series Saturday. I'm down for it, but you're basically describing what they already had, except they just went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday instead of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, starting on the weekend instead of on Thursday. And I don't think they would take 2 days off Thursday. You're saying so play ball Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take off Thursday, Friday, and then play Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, I don't think they would take those 2 days off. And you may not even, if you play Thursday, Saturday, you'd still have to play. If you went to the loser bracket, you still have to play 4 games in 4 days. Taylor Cassidy, the great thing about the 12-team playoff last year, A&M's game would have been for a home playoff game. Yes. Bingo. There would always be incentives like that. You're always playing for something. You're playing to get in. You're playing to host a game. Playing for seeding. Yes, all that matters. Absolutely. Going through the winners bracket didn't mean much in 2023. Look what happened to Florida and Wake. It's true. LSU did a magnificent job. That's also, we've seen an outlier throughout the years for a team to come through the losers bracket like that and win it. So, yes, it's great for LSU. Like hat tip. That's why what they did is amazing, because it was a very difficult thing to do. Let's see. Trivia Carter said, "What's up, E-Rock?"
Morning, Trivia.
Why does Alabama play Texas but Georgia can't play Oklahoma? What do you mean? Like this year? Alabama plays Texas this year because that was a previously scheduled home and home. Alabama played in Austin last year, and Texas is returning the trip this year to Tuscaloosa. Dave Vendur, I know most of you won't know him, but a huge shout out to Joe Mercandante for getting HC baseball job in Florida. Great coach, better human. The program will move up big. TC weekend rotation for next season. Heard. TBD. I hope Grant Taylor is healthy and comes back. I think he could be in the rotation. I think Justin Lohr, the Xavier transfer, could be in the rotation. I also think you will definitely get a transfer starting pitcher. What? WDR? DR? Oh. That is so good. Can I show them?
Yeah, but it's going to be hard.
Why?
spent a lot of time on these.
I think I hurt my collarbone.
The R is my favorite.
The R is my favorite too.
His feathers. Oh wait, you have the W backwards. I mean, I'll show you what inspired me on Etsy. I saw it on Etsy. And that was my inspo.
This is what Erica does until like 2 in the morning.
That was my inspo on Etsy.
What was?
Like a picture of that. And then I copied it. And people charge like $50 a letter. Yeah, if I would have ordered that, if I would have bought that on Etsy, I would have done like $150.
And I would have been like, no.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. So I bought the plain letters and then painted them and did all the stuff to them. That's real. I mean, honestly, that's better than what I saw on Etsy. I'm gonna show you Etsy and show you.
Oh
mine.
man.
You tell me what's better.
You should maybe start an Etsy shop.
Oh, I don't want to do that with anybody else. I mean, it took me forever.
What if they
Yeah,
paid
they
money?
gonna be safe back there?
Huh?
Are they safe back there? I was gonna go put them in a spot.
You can take them.
Well, no, I'll just wait. I mean, those are really cute.
So cute.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
Samuel Skene's gone third. Thatcher Hurd, Friday night starter. Do you think he got better over time? His body was healing? 100%. The back injury was lingering. And then not only that, but after there's part of healing and then also trusting yourself to let go again. And yes, that was a big part of Hurd's development. Kirk, Georgia shouldn't be considered for the playoff. Schedule is insulting. Hey, bro, you play the schedule that the league gave you. Ty Fly, I wish LSU had that schedule, Kirk. I wouldn't make no apologies for it. Ty Fly, good morning. Any chance Garrett Edwards comes back? Dude was nails. No. Well, I don't want to ever say never, but Garrett Edwards, I was told from the beginning, is going to sign because he's a junior. He's not going to be able to pitch next year because of when he had his Tommy John. So he'll sign and go start his pro career. Pizzolato GL, did Ryan give you third A shirt? No, I gave this to Ryan, and then he didn't want it, so I kept it. Some of y'all are asking about Texas coming to Baton Rouge. I mean, of course they'll come to Baton Rouge whenever the schedule rotates that way. But in the first year, LSU gets Oklahoma coming to Baton Rouge, which is cool too. Chance Babin, what about Jaden Newt? Will he be ready? Yeah, I just don't know what role he's going to play. I haven't seen him get pitch, you know. Hate playing tournaments and road series that we can't see on TV or minimum SEC Network Plus. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like when they played in Round Rock last year? Yeah. Yeah, they're going to Minute Maid again for 2024. It's cool though. It's a good showcase event. Good for the players to get to go play it. Better competition. I'd rather that. If JJ can get Quinn Matthews, that would be awesome. He was Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year. Yeah, Quinn Matthews is going to get drafted and he's going to sign. I don't think Quinn Matthews is playing college baseball next year. So that's the Stanford pitcher who there was a big hullabaloo about him because he threw 156 pitches in the regional and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he's great. He's a lefty. He's a dominant lefty, but I think he's done in college baseball. Like I know he entered the portal, but that's by all accounts just a fallback plan, and that's for him to use his leverage to get what he wants out of a pro team that drafts him. So he'll get his number. Question of the day: did E-Rock get the paintbrush out of her coffee?
I had to throw my coffee when he said Bristol's spelling it.
Had to
Like
throw-
that. Like, and it turned my coffee pink. You know.
Let's see. Playing at Texas, allowing it on the Longhorn Network should never happen. Yeah, the Longhorn Network is folding. That's not gonna. That's not going to continue when they're in the SEC. Erica, tax write-off for home business.
Oh. Well, I took for Drew. I'm Drew's party planner.
Yep, this is not a business.
Well,
Cortland. Georgia's always played weak schedules. It's the nature of the East, except for when the East was better than the West. That's all cyclical. I mean, there was a time when Florida, Georgia, Tennessee were all better when Bama was down and LSU was down. It's cyclical. The West has been really good for a decade plus now. But that's what it is. When you forget when the Mississippi schools were total, were roadkill, and Arkansas was just whatever. South Carolina, Spurrier remember in 2012 when Carolina came here, they were ranked number 3 in the country. Spurrier had back-to-back 11-win seasons at Carolina, and you had Urban Meyer at Florida winning championships, and Mark Richt always had Georgia really good, never got over the hump nationally. But my point is, it's cyclical. The East-West thing is cyclical. And Georgia just has a joke of a schedule this year. It's what it is. Happens. KO, I'm just tuning in. Who did Wes take with him to Georgia? So he took Josh Simpson, who was the director of baseball operations. Josh Simpson came to LSU from the Texas Rangers organization, where he was a scout. And I believe that's very important for Jay. I don't think it's just a throwaway role, because when you have a scout, an MLB scout, you got to remember, all those scouts, what they do is they spend their time scouting high school prospects and obviously college prospects as well. So any player that you're recruiting in high school, or that is in college and may hit the portal, chances are a scout is already going to have a profile on him, know how he might fit an organization, fit a school. You know what I mean? It's important, I think, to have people with a scouting background. So I like that hire a lot when they brought in Josh Simpson, and I think Jay will probably replace Josh Simpson with someone else with a scouting background, which I would be very much in favor of. Duval Production Group, LSU Baseball is going back to Houston. That'll be a ton of fun. Interesting, the Saturday nightcap is LSU ULL. That's the spot for the biggest game of the tournament. Headed to church to get some Jesus this morning. Y'all have a great day. I'm not far behind you. I'm going to 11:30 Mass over at MBS. So see some of you. Maybe I'll see some of y'all there. I prefer a non-conference home-and-home series against someone in the ACC, Big 12, or Pac-12. Well, you've got that. UCLA is returning the trip this year. Let's see. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate LSU football team's chances of winning the Natty and completing a Natty trifecta with basketball, women's basketball, men's baseball. Scale of 1 to 10. Six and a half?
Meh.
What?
Ridiculous.
What?
6.5.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because that's too low.
What do you think it should be?
8.
Do you think there's an 80% chance LSU wins the national championship?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to remind you that no team has ever made the playoff with 2 losses, meaning you'd have to beat Florida State week 1.
We will.
You'll have to win at Alabama.
We will.
And then you're going to have to beat Georgia in the SEC championship.
We might lose that one, but we're going to. Matt, we almost beat Florida State last year. We didn't even know who we were.
That's true.
We lost to them at the last second. We're going to
Okay.
beat Florida State.
So we beat Florida State.
And Alabama.
You think we win in Tuscaloosa?
Yes.
Okay.
We lose Georgia, I'd say.
So So you think we're undefeated and lose to Georgia?
Yeah.
And you think after we lose the SEC championship game, we'll still be in the playoff?
Oh yeah.
You don't think that there's another tripwire this year, like losing to Texas A&M?
No.
Got it. Okay. So you think LSU's going 12-0?
Yep.
You want to bet?
Sure.
$500.
No.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. All of a sudden, you're not as confident.
That should be a money bet. Now we're married. That's ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Yours is mine.
No, you have your bank account, I have my bank account. That was your decision too, by the way. So, $500.
No. I'm not betting money.
It's always interesting, bro. People are so confident, then they have to actually put their money where their mouth is. They're all of a sudden not as confident anymore. Funny how that works, huh? I think a 65% chance of winning the national championship is really good odds. I'm saying it's better than a 50-50 shot. A lot's got to go your way. Could JJ possibly get Wake's ace? No, Rhett Lauder is going to be the top 10 pick in a draft. Justin Lord, does he compete for a spot in the rotation or a bullpen arm? Good question, Raymond. And I don't know. See when he gets here. I'm sure he's coming here to try to be in the rotation. Dane Bergeron, good morning. Cortland, when the East was good, Georgia was the top dog. Do I need to remind you that Mark Richt won the East and won the SEC in 2005, beating LSU? A year later, Florida would win the national championship. And Rich Brooks had Kentucky rolling there with Andre Woodson when they beat LSU in 2007.
Is there a work truck outside?
I think it's across the street. It's the point where James Franklin had Vanderbilt winning 8-9 games, going bowl games. Okay, it's cyclical. Dane, hope you and yours have a great Independence Day weekend. Thanks, Dane. Same to you and yours, man. Spurge, what's going on? Dave Vendor, news on Burns from Tennessee. No, sir, not yet. Darren G, SC Media Days in Nashville. Next year, weekend after next, my remember it correctly, are all the local shows broadcasting from Nashville. So we leave for Nashville 2 weeks from today. Sunday, July 16th. And SEC Media Days begins Monday, July 17th, and LSU is first, by the way. So I'm excited about it. So yes, and by the way, what shows? Just Off the Bench and AFR. So Hester and T-Bob will be on in the morning. I'll be on in the afternoon. Everyone but FSU and Arkansas are breaking in new quarterbacks. Yup. Brennan Huff said, this is now morning E-Rock. Russell Doloff, I like the way E-Rock thinks. Dave Vendur, E-Rock for president.
Oh, look at there.
James Charles, E-Rock needs her own show. You know, it's funny. The reason that people watch me or listen and the show's been as successful as it has is because I don't BS people.
Matt, okay, they're just having fun.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. But it's true. It's true. We know where the Sunshine Pumpers reside. Our morning show used to be nothing but that. Not the present morning show. The former morning show. Both guys I love very much, but we all know they were there to fire hose that purple and gold sunshine, bro. Oh man, it's all right. You can make a career doing it for sure. Let's see. I think Yeski brings. Oh, do you think Yeski brings any arms with him? Not that I've heard of. Not saying it won't happen, but not that I've heard of yet. Anyway. The East isn't bad. Florida's just terrible. Florida might struggle this year to get to 6 wins. Like they may struggle to get to bowl eligibility this year. That's going to be a problem for Napier this year for sure. And I don't know, man. Obviously Georgia's going to be really good. I'll be curious to see what Tennessee is with Joe Milton this year. Kentucky, which had made, really kind of built its success around having a good offensive line and running game. Their offensive line last year was atrocious. Vanderbilt stinks. Missouri and South Carolina are both interesting. Missouri, they got Connor Cook back I'm sorry, not Connor Cook, Brady Cook back at who's Connor Cook? Who's Connor Cook? Connor Cook's quarterback. He's the quarterback who played at Michigan State. Brady Cook is who I'm thinking of. I knew there was a Connor Cook. Brady Cook is the quarterback at Missouri. So Brady Cook's back at quarterback for Mizzou. And then, Rattler's back at South Carolina. So they could make some noise. I mean, they were good late. They blew out Tennessee, beat Clemson. So, it'd be interesting to see what Beamer is there in year 3. LSU fans can't get upset if Burns doesn't choose LSU. Why not? LSU fans get upset over whatever they want. Peter Fennick, what's going on, man? Dave Endur. Yeah, nobody's going to guarantee anybody a starting job. I mean, you could say I'm going to give you a chance to come here and compete for a starting job, but if you don't win it, if you're not part of a rotation, is what it is. But LSU's the thing LSU can sell is, hey man, look at Paul Skeens a year ago. We got openings. You got Hurd and then 2 open spots. So they got something they could sell. Let's see. Austin Kidder, we've all been put in our place by Matt's non-BS honesty, but we keep coming back for more. Oh, man. Brian Jones, a Mr. Comment on Emory. Is he eligible? Don't know yet. So we'll all find out when they go out there for the first day of fall camp. Jerry Derrigo, great hearing you in Lafayette on 1037. Thank you so much, Jerry. That means a tremendous amount. I appreciate it greatly. Set a button in your car, tell all of your friends. And I don't know I know you have Facebook, obviously, but I don't know if you have Twitter or anything. Man, if you could, I would really love it if you could, make a post, take a picture of your radio on 1037 and tag me and tag, ESPN 1037 and say, awesome to have Matt Scone on. I'll retweet it, share it, all that stuff. Would love that. Ty Fly, do you think there's a 65% chance LSU wins a natty? Quite honestly, Ty, it's probably not that high. But if you're just talking actual percent odds, it's not that high. But I certainly think it's very possible that LSU gets there this year. I do. I think it's very, very possible they get in the playoff, and you get there, you can win it. So, Stephen Fry, E-Rock's confidence is unmatched. E-Rock's confidence is unmatched. Kirk, who's LSU taking to media days? Haven't announced it yet, but you better believe they'll take Jaden Daniels. The other thing, too, is I don't know if they're taking 2 or 3. There was one year back a few years ago where they just took 2, but I think they're back to 3 now. So, Jaden Daniels, I would love to see him take Harold Perkins. I don't know if they will.
I love him. Perkins.
You love him. And you know, probably one of the linemen, either Will Campbell or, I don't know, do you bring Mason Smith coming off an injury? You know, maybe.
Who was the guy I ran into on the field that I thought was a little kid?
Mason Taylor. He's the one who caught the 2-point conversion.
I love him. Are they gonna bring him?
No. Jason Horn, good morning. Kirk, thoughts on the new clock rules for football? Great. Love them. Yeah, I don't think somebody else saying Mekhi Wingo. Maybe, and he's good on air too. Like, he's good for the camera. Maybe. Peter Fenner finally recovering from 10 days of baseball. Insane 10 days of baseball. I got to go, y'all. Church is in 45 minutes. I got to get dressed. Shower and get ready. All right. We go. Mike the Tiger says East, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, Missouri, Florida, Vandy. West, LSU, Bama, Ole Miss, A&M, Arkansas, Auburn, Missouri. Or Mississippi State. Go look up Ole Miss's schedule. You'll rethink that. Ole Miss has a brutal schedule, and that's going to affect where they finish. Okay, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.